We'll just wait. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. We are coming to you live from Mount Tabor High School. We are about to watch what we hope will be a fantastic rivalry game between the home team, Mount Tabor, and the Spartans will be taking on the visiting Reagan Raiders just down the road. We'll be getting to the tip and everything in just a few moments. We just want to thank everyone for joining us here on Netcast Sports. I am Marcus Shockley. We're going to cut away for just a few moments while they do the national anthem, the color guard, and the introductions. And we'll be back right after that. So come back in just a couple minutes. We'll stay here, and we will get you caught up on the lineups and all that good stuff here on netcastsports.com. All right, everybody, we're getting ready to watch the introductions of the starting lineups tonight. We'll get into the actual game in just a few moments. I'm going to let the announcer handle things here, and then we will do our best to get you caught up on all of the rosters and who's playing in this senior night for Mount Tabor High School. And we're going to step away and let you enjoy the introductions here at Mount Tabor High School. All right, we are ready to kick it off here. Once again, we are live from Mount Tabor High School in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And Mount Tabor, the Spartans, are the home team here, taking on the visiting Reagan Raiders in their senior night. Senior night for Mount Tabor, that is. Reagan comes in tonight with an 18-3 record and undefeated in conference. But Mount Tabor, 14-7 overall, are 7-3 in conference. And we expect this to be a fantastic rivalry matchup, and I can only describe the stands as full. Once again, I'm Marcus Shockley with Netcast Sports. We're getting ready to watch the tip. We'll get you underway in just a moment. Joining me in tonight's broadcast is Chase Vaden. And Chase, as Reagan wins the tip here in the dark away jerseys, I know you know a lot about this Reagan team, and you're excited about this game as well.
I'm very excited. I've been thinking about this game for a long time. Actually, ever since they came back from their last game, and just like that, Reagan with a quick score, as they most normally do.
That's number 22, Zach Hartle for Reagan, one of the main scorers for Reagan this year.
Zach is a very great down-low presence, great defensively and offensively. Has a tremendous hook shot, and we'll see a lot more of that later in this game.
Right now, Mount Tabor, Coach Muse told me before the game that they were more concerned on the defensive end than the offensive end. They're going to run some man-to-man tonight. Right now with the ball on the offensive end, they're working the ball around, trying to probe that strong Reagan defense. A lot of length on that Reagan defense. Naeem Razak, number 10. I'm sorry. Olufemi Boko, number 10, running the point. Now here's Naeem, number 5. Deep outside shot is good. I believe our roster's incorrect. I believe that's might be Jay McCorkle. We'll get that straightened up at halftime. Feet inside, ball lost, but gathered back, and that's going to be a turnover. And the ball's going the other way for Mount Tabor.
Getting down low, getting down under the basket is a terrible place to get to. Hall just lost control.
Jacob Hartle there, the senior, very sure-handed right there. Just couldn't handle that bounce pass. But 6:30 left to go here in the first period. Scoreboard. We're getting the score straightened out for everybody. 3-2 now in favor of the home team, Mount Tabor. Once again, working the ball around. Here's Razak driving, steps under, up and good, off the glass. Naeem Razak, the senior.
Tremendous move right there.
Here's Jacob Hartle, once again gets in trouble. Cross-court pass over to number 30, Justin McClooney, but his shot's no good.
Grant Bailey, number 24.
Inside to Zach Hartle. Scramble on the floor.
Grant Bailey came up hobbling off of that one. Not sure what happened, but big shot right there.
We've got the hoop in the arm, and that's going to send number 30, Jeremiah Canty, to the line. So right now, Mount Tabor making use of those turnovers. And, Coach Muse said before the game, they're going to throw some different stuff at the man-to-man on the defensive end. They had not seen man-to-man from Tabor. And it's important to note that for people who may not be from the area, these two teams are very strong over the years. Both of these teams have deep runs in the playoffs that they've put together, and this is not a matchup of weak sisters or anything like that. These teams, there's a heated rivalry. These schools are only about 5 to 10 minutes apart, maybe.
And going to Reagan, graduating last year, Reagan and Tabor do not like each other at all.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad blood between these two programs. So.
Big three there by Grant Bailey. That ankle looks all right for me.
Yep. Grant Bailey helping close the gap now. 8-5. 5:21 left here in the first period. Tabor really doing a good job working the ball around here, trying to find that soft spot. And they've got an open lane, and that's going to be a blocking foul into the basket. So once again, the whistle going Mount Tabor's way. They have to be happy. Coach Muse has to be happy with how things are going so far. So Naeem Razak, the senior, going to the line. Naeem has played varsity for Mount Tabor for several years. Even that year they had an astounding starting five. He came off the bench as an underclassman. Number 5, Naeem Razak. That team at Tabor actually had 5 players who all went on to play at the college level, which is pretty impressive for a public school. And the second shot from Razak is good. Here's Grant Bailey, number 24, bringing it up. Swings the ball around over to number 44, Cooper LaRue. LaRue is a definite outside shooter. Several of the players are good shooters from Reagan. Grant Bailey shows it right there, nailing the 3, cutting that lead to only 1 point.
Maybe he was just trying to trick the Tabor defense, saying, oh, my ankle hurt.
And there's going to be another blocking foul way out around the perimeter. A lot of stoppages in play here early.
Not sure what that ref was looking at. That forearm that looked like a LaDainian Tomlinson stiff arm.
It did look like, I guess the defender was still moving. So here's Razak working the ball. Deep inside. Naeem Razak, number 5, with another basket.
Tremendous job getting up in the air, getting the ball up and over Cooper LaRue's long arms.
Yeah, really taking it inside. Razak, 5'10" senior. Right now guarding LaRue on the perimeter. Over to Bailey. Bailey showing he can shoot that 3, but decides to fake it. Hits that nice floater from just outside the elbow. That's number 24, Grant Bailey. Steal by Reagan. And Jacob Hartle, and there's going to be a call, and I don't know if that's before the shot.
They're going to call 2 shots on that.
2 shots, so he's going to the line.
And you don't want anyone better on the free throw line. Jacob Hartle is a national champion free throw shooter. While he was in middle school, him and his little brother Adam out in the driveway shooting every day. He sinks the first. And sinks the second as well. That gives Reagan their first lead of the night, 12-11, with about 3:40 left in the first quarter. Great closing defense there by Reagan in transition. Zach Hartle with a big-time 3.
And we've got a timeout on the floor. It looks like Mount Tabor's Andy Muse does not like what he's seeing, and just like that, we had an open, quick open run from Tabor, but now Reagan's come storming back, Chase.
And I'll tell you what, you can't leave Zach Hartle that open on the perimeter. You can't leave any of these Reagan players that wide open. Zach is a tremendous down-low post player, but he can light it up just like his cousin Jacob from the three-point line.
So 3:26 left to go here in the first period, 15-11 in favor of Reagan here on the road against Mount Tabor. We've got a full house, as I said earlier. This is a crowd that is very into the game. I would say half the stands, maybe a third of the stands, is actually on their feet right now, all students.
Reagan running a very tight man-to-man defense. Big shot there by Naeem.
Yeah, Naeem Razak having a solid game. Cuts that lead to 2 with 2:55 left to go here in the first. Tabor running that man-to-man. A little more of a zone here, I think, on the back end. Reagan working the ball around. Driving steal on the outside there. Zach Hartle got poked in the eye. Looks like as Tabor's going the other way, spin move and score by number 11, Cameron Robinson. The 6'4" sophomore, Cameron Robinson, with a spin move, And we've got a timeout, and I believe this is a referee's timeout as Zach Hartle needs some medical attention.
Not sure what happened. Did you see it?
It looked like there when they were diving for the ball, he may have gotten poked in the eye with an inadvertently.
Ooh, he's bloody too. He's bloody.
You know, this is one of the great things about this particular matchup, Chase, is we have two student sections that are both large enough in the house to go at each other with a chance.
And they're right across from each other.
But one of the interesting things about this specific gym that people who may not have been here don't know that the visitor side, I think, looks even bigger than the home side. At the very least, they're very close in size.
I've never looked at it that way, and actually it does seem that way.
And there's a foul way out from the basket by Razak. You know, we expected a tight game, and so far that's exactly what we've gotten, Chase.
And I don't expect it's going to be a game of runs. One team might get up by 8, but I expect it to come down to the wire, all the way down to the last couple minutes of the fourth quarter.
I don't see any opportunity so far for any of these students to sit down. And there's a steal by number 30, Jeremiah Canty. And Tabor gets it up to Razak. He's going to bring it up. Razak stops, shoots from deep outside, off the front of the rim. Rebound by number 11, Kevin Robinson. That's no good, and here we are going the other way for Reagan. And Grant Bailey's going to bring it up, number 24. Over to LaRue. LaRue drives, shoots. He can hit that, and he does. Nice floater from Cooper LaRue.
Just like his dad, huh?
That's right. He comes from a family of shooters. Number 44, Cooper LaRue, with that one, puts his team up by 2 with 1:34 left here in the first period. Feed inside to Razak. He's unafraid of the trees inside the paint there, but he's not able to convert, and we're going back the other way. Shot no good. Rebound, battle for the ball. Here's Cameron Robinson on the move. Got good size, up and under. Good for Cameron Robinson. Another nice slashing move for the 6'4" sophomore, Cameron Robinson, number 11. Bailey kicks it outside. That's a couple shots in a row. I've noticed McClooney, number 30, has passed up the outside shot.
And that may be because he is a freshman. He is a youngin' on this Raiders team. But he has shown great poise throughout the season, hitting those shots. So Coach may tell him later on in this game, take them. You need to take those shots.
Yeah, Coach is talking to him on the bench right now. I like McClooney. I saw him in fall leagues earlier in the school year, I guess late 2014. Like what he has to bring to the team, and I think he's going to be a good one. Over the top, no good, but that's going to be a travel and going the other way. Both teams a little bit turnover prone here in the first half.
And that's going to show later on down the road, especially Tabor. Tabor does a tremendous job getting in transition. Reagan's set is mostly that old Howard West mid-half-court offense. And
big three by Jacob Hartle, the 6'4" senior.
And a correction, McClooney for Reagan, he is a sophomore.
They're going to wave that shot off. It's going to be on the floor, I think. That's Cooper LaRue's second foul, so already 2 here in the first period. That could be a problem.
Cooper looking to the sideline, and he does come out.
Once again, we're coming to you live from Mount Tabor High School in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, taking on the visiting Reagan High School Raiders. Outside shot, no good. Rebound battle. Big block underneath there.
Cameron Oliver.
Number 34, Cameron Oliver, the 6'2" senior. Sent that one against the wall with 5.3 seconds left here in the first period. 20-17.
If you missed that, the student section's letting you know. He got swatted.
Had a chance for the little put in there, but That's going to do it, 20-17 at the end of the first, and we're going to cut away in just a minute. Actually, while everyone's still here, we have a little break here between the periods, and I want to talk about an upcoming event that we'll be covering here on Netcast Sports on March 22nd. The Forsyth County, the Triad All-Star Game. We're going to be covering the girls and boys on March 22nd live on netcastsports.com. But if you are able to, I highly advise you to actually come out to the game at Forsyth Country Day School. There's a dunk contest, there's a three-point shooting contest. I believe the last 2 years it's been sold out. Some of the top players in the region, several players have gone on to Division I colleges, high major colleges. So anyway, March 22nd, come out to Forsyth Country Day School. Follow Triad All-Star on Twitter, and they'll keep you updated on everything that's going on with that. If you can't make it out, watch it on Netcast Sports.
That is a tremendous event. Experiencing it with you the last 2 years, the shortest guy on the court has won the dunk contest every time.
It's fantastic. They actually bring in some dunkers, sometimes from outside the region, guys who have success, may not get the recognition at the national level, but are top players in the state. So, but the game itself this is a loaded area, the Greensboro High Point and Winston-Salem area, and down into Lexington, Davidson. Basically, anywhere from Burlington to Statesville, all the way down to, if you're not in Concord and Charlotte, you could be in this All-Star game.
The Triad and extra surrounding areas.
Triad Plus, Triad Metro, I guess. So we're back in action here. 7:38 left in the second period. Deep outside shot again, good from Jacob Hartle, number 50. That's a couple of big shots from Hartle. And Coach Muse said he was worried about the shooting from Reagan, and already that's proven to be true. 6-point lead by Reagan. Reagan is undefeated in conference play. Drive by Rozak, stops over the top, too strong. Battle for the rebound, and Hartle comes up with it. He decides to keep it. Stops. Now Isaiah Anthony, number 10 with the ball, running the point, going against Rozak. Feed inside to Hartle. There's a little hook shot, but too strong, and we got a push underneath the basket, and it's going to be Mount Tabor ball. And Rozak will be right under here, inbounding to Cameron Robinson under the basket right in front of us. I want to thank Mount Tabor for allowing us to broadcast tonight's game. We had a last-minute schedule change. That happens at the high school level, but really appreciate them letting us get in the gym here and shoot this game. Now Tabor walking it up, trying to be methodical in their attack.
Both teams doing a great job spreading the ball around, spreading that defense. It's just when will they attack?
No shot clock here in North Carolina, so there's no hurry and no need to take a quick, ill-advised shot. I personally would like to see a shot clock, but, use it to your advantage here. No reason to rush something if it's not there.
Wouldn't be surprised. You could see a honorary Dean Smith four corners tonight, especially.
Yeah, it's a sad passing of a legend here in North Carolina. Right there, I have to talk about Rozak. I think that was very crafty by him to slow the ball down and not just try to drive it. He waited until the defender got too close and drew the foul. And Rozak has been playing varsity a long time here with some talented teams at Tabor. Over the top, Rozak to number 24, Marcus Wesley. There's Grant Bailey. He doesn't like what he sees. He's trying to direct traffic.
He comes out here and he commands that offense.
Bailey inside, almost stepped on the baseline, but was able to kick it back. Now he wants the ball back. He can hit that shot off the front of the rim, though, and now we're going the other way. Here's Rozak. Nice pass by Rozak. And slam by Marcus Wesley, number 24.
And that will get the rest of the crowd on their feet.
Half of the crowd is excited. Half of the crowd is waving dismissively. I'll let the people at home guess which half is doing which.
And I'm sure you can definitely hear the chants from both student sections. Reagan student section waiting to see what they're going to say next.
They're going to come back. They're working on it.
I think they're confused on what Tabor's section was saying.
They'll have to come back on another time.
And back to the important thing.
Back to the important thing.
The game.
The game itself. 23-22, 5:13. We've got a stoppage. We've got probably a hold right here at the very beginning. 5:13 left here in the second period. Tabor has to be happy only being down by 2 here. They've had some nice runouts, but here's Bailey. Very strong with the ball, driving. He gets McCorkle, gets it over to Hartle. Hartle passes up the three-point drive, slashes. He falls to the floor, and now we're going the other way. And the ball slapped away from number 24, Marcus Wesley.
Big play there by number 34, Cameron Oliver, to stop that fast break, just ripping the ball away from him.
Yeah, I like how these teams are getting after it. You know, we said at the beginning this is a rivalry game, and they've proven it quickly. And that ties up the game, I believe. 23 all with 4:43 left to play here. The second period.
Like I said, this game is going to be wire to wire.
Feed inside to Hartle. He's been big in this half. We got a foul on the floor. A little jawing going on underneath the basket. It's not a shooting foul. Oh, and Hartle and number 11, Cameron Robinson, exchanging words.
Last game this happened too. They had to be separated a few times.
The refs need to get in here and get this calmed down. And they have ejected number 11, Cameron Robinson. That is huge. And I have to say, that is Robinson letting his emotions get the best of him right there. And right now, the coaches for Mount Tabor are calling their team over and getting them settled down. So what for those people at home, what just happened is that Hartle and Oliver were kind of battling. I'm sorry, Robinson and Oliver were really going at each other, jawing under the basket. And Hartle kind of bumped him and was kind of, antagonizing him. They were antagonizing each other, but then Hartle flopped a little bit to the floor, and that really got Robinson incited, and I think that he let his emotions get the best of him. So I'm sorry to see him get ejected, but that was something that I'm sure Coach Muse was not happy with, and now they've lost a guy who's had a great first half. Cameron Robinson, number 11, has been ejected, and he's no longer going to be available to Mount Tabor, and they've got to circle the wagons here. They're still tied up.
I'm not sure what the rules are. I know in football, if you get ejected from a game, you're suspended for the next game as well, and that's a state rule. I'm not sure how it is in the game tonight.
So now we've got Coach Muse is talking to the referees out there right about mid-court about what's happening, and he's, and what we described is, basically there was some craftiness there by Hartle, but I think it's pretty clear. I think Oliver was really getting worked up. I'm not sure.
He got worked up, and he pushed Hartle off of him, and it looked like he exchanged some words. And obviously, we don't know the words that were exchanged.
And Muse has a point. I mean, he's talking about, there was a lot of shoving and everything, and I mean, this is kind of some gamesmanship by Hartle. And I don't want to editorialize about it too much, but the result is, unfortunately for Robinson, he's most likely gone. So Muse is not happy about it at all.
Muse is having to be held back by his dad. His dad, one of the legends from around here. The Muse family are like.
So we've got a stoppage in play here. Hopefully they'll get this worked out. Right now, 4:32. And this is the worst possible place for them to be having a discussion. It's right over there in front of the student section. So the student section for Mount Tabor is letting the refs have it. And I can see Coach Muse's point, but I also think that, it's possible there that Robinson just let his emotions get the best of him. So hopefully we can get this straightened out and move on.
And they may have seen the tape from the last game because Hartle and 11, they have been going at it their entire career.
Yeah.
So I think it just got the best of them tonight, and
I think you said it earlier, Chase. A lot of bad blood between these two programs, and it's definitely showing tonight. So we should be getting this. We should be getting this back underway here in just a moment. We're going to have Grant Bailey at the line shooting some, I believe, technical foul shots. Cold as ice right there, Grant Bailey. Second shot coming up. The second shot is no good. And he's upset with himself.
Zach Hartle comes in the game. Patch over his eye. Hopefully not stitches. I'm not a big fan
We've
of
already
needles.
seen an injury, a medical emergency, and we have seen an ejection. We've seen multiple lead changes.
And we've got 4.5 minutes left in the second quarter.
It is going to be a barn burner.
And that is unlike Grant Bailey.
Wow, he is really not happy with himself.
I think the Tabor student section is very proud of themselves right now.
They're very happy with themselves. So anyway, damage not too bad so far for Tabor. Only down by one, I believe. 24-23 with 4:29 left to go here. And we got a long way to go. Feed inside by Hartle to number 40, Andrew Blake. Steal by Boko. Kicks it, and there's a turnover. Charles Terry, number 21, just couldn't hang on to it.
I actually think they're calling a foul. Not too sure. They are. They're calling a foul on him. He charged against Jacob Hartle. Hartle is getting tons of calls.
Well, I want to point out there are two Hartles on the roster.
Yeah, Jacob Hartle. They're cousins. They're not brothers. Zach Hartle, number 22, with a patch over his eye.
And there's Zach right now, number 22, with the ball. Over the top to Blake. Over to Bailey. Bailey really looking like he wants to get to the rim, but he decides to pull it out. Inside to Hartle. Stops. A little swim move there. No good, but that's going to be a shooting foul.
Zach looks a little choked up, may have gotten hit in the throat.
Yeah. He's getting banged up in this game. This is no game for soft players. And Zach Hartle at the line. First shot, good for Zach Hartle. Zach is a 6'4", 6'5" senior, 6'5". Plays the post a lot for Reagan, but probably more of a swing man at the next level.
He's got height. He's got strength. Well, he's not the biggest guy, but he definitely has a lot of length, and he can shoot from anywhere on the floor.
First time I ever saw Zach, I think he was a freshman. He actually won a three-point shooting contest at a 3-on-3 event. Drive by Boko, up, under, and almost a circus shot. Good rebound there by number 24, Marcus Wesley. He's having a huge first half, and he's keeping his team in the game right now with his tenacious play there inside. Only 1 point separates the two teams. 3:20 left to go here in the second. And there's going to be a foul. And I think that might be on the floor. We'll see. McClooney looks like he's going to the line to shoot.
One ref was walking to the baseline.
Yeah, I guess they're going to call that a shooting foul. So McClooney, Justin McClooney.
Who is a sophomore, as I corrected
Sophomore,
her.
5'10", Justin
sophomore.
McClooney. Clock is stopped at 3:09 left to play here in the first half. And Naheem Razak is actually talking to the, and I don't mean he's not jawing with him, he's not trash talking, he's actually laughing with the student section over here for Reagan.
That's something you rarely see is a player actually listening to a student section. Most of the time they try and zone that out.
And I want to be clear, he wasn't talking trash or anything. He was laughing with them.
There are some friendly conversations amongst the players.
Hey, we all know each other, right? Feet inside, and it's going to stay with Tabor.
Another good defensive play there by Cameron Oliver to just get a hand on that pass, not allow it down inside.
Here's Rozak. Driving behind his back, spins. Feeds the ball now. Tabor really likes to work that ball around, see if they can find some chances at some open looks, especially if they could get a pick here. It's Hartle way out, and that's going to be a foul inside and the score, a hoop in the harm.
Great play.
I believe that's going to send Jay McCorkle to the line.
And he's going to have to step up big time in this game with Cameron Robinson gone.
Yeah,
he's going to have to be a big time presence down low.
Listed as a listed as a point guard, a junior, 6'1". He's got his first chance here at the line and get his chance to put his team up. Shot is good, and that's going to give them a 1-point lead. So we've had yet another lead change here. Back and forth we go. So now Grant Bailey's going to walk it up. He's going against McCorkle. Tenacious defense there by Tabor. There's Jacob Hartle. Been big in this first half, and there's a turnover though.
There was miscommunication right there
between Hartle and Bailey.
Yep. And not to get confused, I will give this guy credit. There is another Bailey on the team, Alex Bailey. You may not see too much of him until late in the game, but give him a shout out as well.
Deep shot, no good. Battle for the rebound, and it's going to go the other way. Reagan. With 2:01 left here in the first half. It's been a foul-prone game so far. A lot of turnovers. Guys are really locking in, trying to play defense.
And that's what you want to see. It has been a great ball game.
Rebound by Rozak. Behind his back. Really looking to get to the rim. Good defense there by McClooney. Yeah, I really have to like how, Rozak's very quick. Justin McClooney just stayed in front of him. That's another thing I've liked about his game is his ability to play defense, stay in front of his man.
Foul called that time on Reese Overby, who is the Jeff Overby, his son. So
Jeff Overby, the coach.
Jeff Overby, the coach.
And I'm sorry, Chase, you will know this better than I do. Isn't Jeff the guy that took over for Howard West?
He is the guy. He was under Howard West for many years. I'm not 100% sure if he was with him before his tenure at Reagan, but he's definitely learned his way from Howard West.
Shot is good by Charles Terry, number 21 for Tabor. Yeah, Howard West, a legend here in the high school scene in North Carolina, has gone on to coach at Forsyth Country Day School now. One of the winningest coaches in North Carolina history. I'm not sure if it's he or Freddie Johnson.
I believe he's number 2, but not too far behind Freddie Johnson.
I will say this, between the two of them, they have right at 2,000 wins at the high school level. So
Freddie got his 1,000th win earlier on this season.
A tall order for Coach Overby to follow that. But this year they've been undefeated in conference. They're 18-3 coming into this game.
And they're playing tremendously down the stretch.
Deep shot by Hartle, and that shot's no good. Didn't get a lot of elevation on that shot.
They're going to call over the back, that time on Andrew Blake. Unhappy with himself.
And we're in the bonus now, so it's there's going to be a couple stoppages in play as we have 1:20 left. Jeremiah Canty to the line. Those free throws are really important at this point. As tight as this game is,
every point matters.
You think about Bailey missing those free throws on the other end. He had four out of 5. I think he hit 1 out of 5. 1 out of 4. They could have used those points. Now, I mean, there's a long way to go, though. I mean, free throws are always important, but in a tight game like this. Now here's Hartle. And there's a foul on the outside. That's going to go against Charles Terry, number 21. And we're in the bonus. And now the referee is talking to Jacob Hartle. I'm not sure. You know, we've had that altercation earlier with Hartle. I'm sure the referees are kind of trying to keep an eye on what's going on with him. Hartle's shot is good.
Hartle is a great player and a great actor. I'm not saying there was a foul there, but he adds that little touch, and that's what he does a great job as a senior. He's learned this all throughout his career.
You know, gamesmanship is a part of the game. As a diehard sports fan, you know, I always think, well, I wish that, you know, kind of wish it wasn't. But the truth is, it is. You know, it is. And when they get to the college level, it's even more extreme. So, you know, you can't really knock a guy for playing that way. I mean, taking advantage of it or making it work to his advantage.
And he's not doing what P.J. Hairston did a few weeks ago. So right now, he's definitely in the clear.
That's right. There's no rule about being smart in basketball.
No.
There's no rule against it. 31-29. Steal by McClooney. Up and nice poise there by Justin McClooney, the sophomore, 5'10" with the steal. Had 2 defenders closing on him, and he knots it up with 27 seconds left to go here. Now Tabor, they'd like to get off a good shot. Here's Razak. He's been big in the first half. Scoring has come from all over here. Scoring by committee, and we got a foul on the outside. Good patience there by Mount Tabor. So once again, we've got Charles Terry at the line, number 21.
Once again, big-time free throws, especially heading into halftime.
Right now, every one of these are just huge.
And I jinxed him.
Well, you know, and I don't want to oversell it. I mean, the reality is we've got a whole second half, but everything is you know, if this game continues out the way we're going, these are all going to matter at the end of the game. Every missed shot is going to come back to haunt somebody if they.
The referee
really
down in the lane having a conversation with Jacob Hartle and Naeem. A few other players coming into the middle as well.
Yeah, got to stay on top of this. Like you said, this is a rivalry game. It's not just for show here. .6 left on the clock in the second quarter here. And that's just an open turnover there by Bailey, I think.
I believe they called a moving screen. Not 100% sure, but yeah.
Five seconds left on the clock. Here's Razak working. Deep shot by Razak is no good, and that's going to be the end of the first half, and we're all knotted up 31 all here at Mount Tabor High School. So both teams are going to cut away here. They're going to go and try to figure out what to do differently here in the second half. I want to take a moment here and talk about an upcoming event we have. And we'll be broadcasting this event here on netcastsports.com, the Triad High School All-Star Game. And so it's for senior players in the area, in the region that, both girls and boys. Fantastic game. The past 2 or 3 years have just seen unbelievable talent. I really encourage you, even though if you can't make it, we are broadcasting this game. If you can, make it out to Forsyth Country Day School on March 22nd. I encourage you to watch it, but if you can, definitely be out there and check out the whole day's festivities, the dunk contest. I believe they may be trying to turn it into a all-star weekend, which would be just fantastic. If you want more information, I think the best way to do that is follow Triad All-Star on Twitter, and they'll be able to keep you updated on and then, of course, if you can't make it, if you're not in the area for any reason, you can watch it on Netcast Sports, both the girls and the boys game, as well as the dunk contest. We're going to take a break here. I want to thank everyone for joining us, and we will be back for the second half in just a moment. You've been watching Netcast Sports. I'm Marcus Shockley alongside Chase Vaden. We'll be back in just a few moments. Hey everybody, we're here at the half with 2:31 left to go, remaining in the little halftime break here. 31 all, and we are all knotted up. I wanted to talk about February 24th. We believe we'll be broadcasting live from Winston-Salem Prep. They're playoff bound. We don't know who they'll be playing yet, but we hope to bring you that game as well as the games coming up from on March 22nd. From the Triad All-Star, and we talked about the Triad All-Star right as we were coming into the half, and really hope everyone comes out. It's been a full house the past 2 or 3 years. Don't know if they really need all of my help to get a full gym, but if you love basketball and you like seeing some of the superstars of the area on their way to the college game, that's a good chance. And if you can't make it out, you can watch it on Netcast Sports. We'll be bringing you both the girls' game this year. Last year we only were able to bring the boys and the dunk contest, so this year we'll be bringing you the girls' game. And if you want to know more, I advise you to follow Triad All-Star, the name on your screen there, on Twitter, and they will do their best to get you the information, and they will keep you updated on everything, including the warm-ups, the jerseys, the sponsors, and everything leading into that weekend. So. We got 1:14 left here in the half, or in halftime. And Chase, a lot of people may know this name, but Harry Giles is in the building. He was here before the tip. And Harry, highly recruited. He's from the area. He's not from far, doesn't live far from this gym, actually. Doesn't live far from here, and he plays at High Point in Weston. Cut his school list to 8 yesterday, and there were 8 schools that were very happy to be on that list.
Very. And I'm sure all the other schools in the NCAA are a little upset today, but there are great athletes out there. But those 8 schools that he selected, that one school that gets him is going to be one very, very happy school.
Yeah, I know Kentucky, UNC, and Duke, Wake Forest, Wake Forest, for people not from the Winston-Salem area, they're the hometown school. They're right here in Winston-Salem. Yeah. So people may look at Winston and may see Wake Forest on the same list as Kentucky and Duke and UNC and be a little surprised, but they're definitely they're a big player here in this area.
And they're definitely a contender. Childress, one of the coaches for Wake Forest, his son, who has also committed to Wake Forest, plays alongside Harry Giles.
Yeah.
Great friends.
We're back in action here. Brandon played at our showcase last summer, and that showcase is coming up this year, June 28th. If you want more information, just stay tuned and check out basketballelite.com. So we're back in action here, all tied up, and let's see if anybody can get their game established, see what they talked about during the half. Right away, back to Jacob Hartle, but his shot is too strong and goes over. And we're back the other way with Mount Tabor. Deep outside shot by McCorkle. He's a good three-point shooter, but can't get that one to fall. And we've got the ball out of bounds. It's going the other way once again. I was talking to the principal at halftime about some of the altercations and everything in the first half, and I have to tip my hat to the principal. Really wanted to look in to see what happened and find out, everything that went on there and why one of their players was ejected and what really happened on the floor, and not really questioning, what happened, other than the sense of he just wanted to get to the bottom of it. So I have to once again thank them and for allowing us to broadcast and just point out that they are really committed to their players and everyone here, not just the people on their own team. So. Tabor with the score, and they take the lead as we've had a back and forth. And there's a deep shot by Hartle, and that time still not able to find it. He had a couple of big shots in the first half from that deep range. He has good extension on that shot. I don't know if his elevation on those last 2 misses, both in the first half and this one, were quite there. Sort of like he found himself open there on the end of the break and took the shot. But
sometimes, most of the time, those open shots are almost the hardest ones to hit.
Yeah, you can sort of find yourself in no man's land out there. If open shots were that easy, everybody would just have 100% free throw shooting average.
Exactly. But as Shaquille O'Neal would say, that's not true.
Yeah. We've got some cleanup on the floor here. Got some wet spots. Not really a warm day, in the 40s, but there's a lot of bodies in the gym right now. Over the top, it's number 24. He's not able to, Marcus Wesley, he's not able to convert. So right now, Reagan looking to get some points on the board, wants to work it. There's LaRue. Thought about a shot and thought better of it. Inside to Hartle with that patch over his eye to his cousin, Jacob, and that shot's no good. Now we're going back. Razak. Shifty little crossover dribble. Kicks it up, gets it back. And now we've got Olufemi Boko running the point, gets it up to number 22, McCorkle. And now they're doing a little handoff, and there's looks like ultimately a steal there by Zach Hartle under the basket. Nice hands by the 6'5" Hartle.
Surprised by that miss right there by LaRue.
Yeah, he has yet to find the range in today's game. He did have that nice floater in the first half. He's got a great square up, great release. He and all of his brothers do. His dad did. His father, a multi-sport star at Wake Forest in his day, and then ended up playing in the NBA with Michael Jordan.
I'd say if you were just on the roster with Michael Jordan, that was one heck of a career.
Heck of a career. He had a great career at Wake Forest and then went on to play in the NBA for several years.
Even has a ring to prove it.
Right. We've got a foul far away from the basket here. We had a foul-prone first half, and it doesn't look like we've stopped calling fouls. And right now, Grant Bailey's talking to the ref, and he's telling him he's juggling the ball. And the ref is saying, "I don't see it. Play ball." Refs don't want to hear anything. And 2 points there for number 22, Jay McCorkle. He's going to go back to the line. With a chance for the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Sinks it.
3-point lead now with 4:46 left to go in the third. There's McClooney running point. Gives it up to LaRue, number 44. Over to Hartle, number 22. Back to McClooney. LaRue not really getting an open look here. There's Bailey. Wants to go inside to Hartle. Hartle looking to spin. Up, under, no good. Now Tabor wants to push it. They're looking deep to the corner, drive. Deep shot by McCorkle is good.
That's a big three there from Mount Tabor.
Huge shot by Jay McCorkle, one of the better three-point shooters on Mount Tabor. And that gives them their biggest lead of the game, if I'm not mistaken, 39-33 with 3:57 left in the third.
Foul called there on Marcus Wesley. He thought he got all ball. I thought he got all ball, but maybe they're calling it for the contact over the back, but that's why I'm sitting here and I'm not a referee.
Well, one of the things I noticed the Tabor coaches right now are really working to keep their guys level-headed, and this is a very emotional game. First shot by Hartle is good. Nice looking stroke on that free throw. Second one coming. This is a game where you don't want to get rattled. I mean, it's easy to get into the game. You want to play with passion, but you've really got to keep it under control. And second shot uses all of the rim and rattles in for Zach Hartle, the 6'5" senior.
Closing out this third quarter, either team is going to be crucial towards the fourth quarter and winning this game.
Yeah, I think this game is by no means over. Oh, that's a huge shot by Olufemi Boko, the 5'7" junior from Mount Tabor. And now Reagan's really got to be careful here. They don't want this lead to get too big. And there's a call. I think that's going to be on the floor as LaRue is slashing. Little sense of urgency on that possession there for Reagan.
That's something you may not want to do. You still want to run your offense. You are down 7, but there's still plenty of time.
But yeah, this is, we were just talking about the Tabor players. The coaches were working to keep them under, level-headed. I think that's also true for Coach Overby on the Reagan side. You don't want these guys to get panicky. They haven't lost in the conference all year. That shot dribbles off the rim. We're going the other way. Tabor feed inside and no good as it went through the hands of Marcus Wesley. The pass was just too strong.
It was a great look. He just threw a Randy Johnson fastball
at him. He was going, a little bit going for the home run there. 2:48 left now in the period, third period. There's Bailey being guarded by Boko. Shot by Hartle, no good. Looked good coming off his wrist. It wouldn't go down, and now we're going the other way. Naeem Raza, he's been huge for Tabor in this game. Over to McCorkle. Good offensive patience here by Tabor. Reagan not wanting to overcommit. Boko finds himself open, but he can't hit that three-point shot. Here's Bailey, gives it up to LaRue. LaRue driving. Steal by McCorkle. He's got the trailing Bailey, but he goes over the top, no good. And Hartle comes up limping. Jacob Hartle came up limping just a bit. Looks like he's okay.
Maybe he's trying that Grant Bailey, my ankle hurts trick from earlier in the game and then hitting 2 3-pointers.
Yeah, I think McCorkle heard steps on that. He had a nice steal there, but as he got under the basket, he wasn't able to finish it. It's hard to hit those running layups like that in traffic. But they'll keep the ball, and here's Razak inbounding. Razak just showing great poise under the basket, but turns and just as I was saying that, kind of made a pass, and we got a walk, to travel on the floor. And that's going to get the Reagan fans excited. They want to see some action here as they're down by 7 with 1:47 left to go here in the period.
The dangerous thing for Tabor right now is it happened right there on that last possession with Naeem getting trapped over here in this corner in front of this rowdy Reagan student section.
Yeah, he, just as I was talking about how poised he was, he suddenly got himself trapped under the basket, turned and just found himself in trouble and threw a bad pass and ultimately a turnover. So, but you got to look at Reagan here. They haven't scored. There's a push, and that's going to go against McCorkle. Reagan has to be feeling a little bit antsy here. They haven't scored in a couple of minutes. Tabor's really gotten the better of them in this period just on the scoreboard as they came in tied up. Right at 1:30. Another steal for Tabor. Here's Boko, number 10. Over to Razak. Razak decides to pull it back out.
Offense getting set up.
103, 102, 101 left to go here in the third period. Reagan knuckling in on defense, and there's a foul, though, way outside. I want to give a shout-out to James Blackburn, who just said he's tuned into the broadcast, said he's enjoying this tight matchup, and also to Jason Warford, our compatriot. Both of those guys, basketball elite family, Netcast Sports family. Jason watching from Atlanta, and James probably watching on his phone from a gym somewhere as he goes to hundreds of college games in his scouting endeavors. And James, wish you were here hanging out with us, buddy, but thanks for tuning in. Boko calling on instructions, gets it up to Razak. like the poise here from Razak as he's being guarded by Isaiah Anthony. And now there's a foul. Every call, Chase, every call right now is a little chippy.
Yep. And all the players are looking at the refs. The refs are looking back, and they are trying to take control of this game. They have main control of it, especially they did the right thing early in the first half with the ejection, bringing the coaches together, talking to them, explaining everything. The refs aren't dumb. They know about this rivalry, so they know what they've had to be prepared for coming into tonight.
I just heard from James Blackburn. He said he's not watching it on his phone. He's watching it on his laptop.
An upgrade.
Upgrade. I don't know why that was important to I'm just kidding, James.
Maybe he was watching it on his phone, but his phone died.
James there's no way he's going to be cut off from basketball. Nobody watches more basketball than James Blackburn. Ten seconds left to go here in the period. 42-35. Tabor wants the best shot. 7 seconds. Here's Razak driving, stops, shoots over the top. Rattles around, no good. Rebound, and we've got a foul on the floor, and I believe we're going the other way with .7. And it looks like Razak is cramping on the floor right now. Hopefully that's just a cramp. Looks like his teammates are going to help him up. He can walk it off. That would be a huge loss, so hopefully they can. Yeah, it looks like he's cramping up there in the calf. Trying to walk it off. That could take a few minutes.
And the Muse brothers.
The towels out. What's that?
The Muse brothers come in with the towels.
That's right. They get out there. We've got a crack team of towel boys in this game. Wearing matching shirts. I would say that's the best crew of towel boys that I've seen this year, Chase.
Well, this Tabor staff is definitely full of the Muse family. Those two boys wiping up the floor. Two of his sons, one of his eldest sons, sitting next to him on the bench.
Over the top, one shot, no good. They're gonna wave it off.
They're gonna call a foul. They're gonna call a push off.
Yep. So anyway, that's the end of the third. We're gonna come back 35-42. Had a sort of a scoring slowdown there at the end of the third. We're gonna come back for what will no doubt be a barn burner in just a moment. Now here in the break, I want to take a quick moment to talk about the Triad All-Star game coming up. You guys have heard me talking about it several times during the game. Tune in March 22nd for the girls game and the boys game, as well as the dunk contest. If you want more information, of course you can follow Netcast Sports, but I really advise you to follow Triad All-Star as well, because they run it. We're not affiliated with the game other than just broadcasting it, and they do a lot for the area players, give them their last chance to play in their own uniform or play on on a big stage, and it's just a fantastic thing. So if you can come out March 22nd for South Country Day, and if you can't, by all means watch it on Netcast Sports. Also want to talk about the NC Top 80. The NC Top 80 is coming up on March 28th, and that's being put on by the Phenom Hoop Report. Jamie Shaw and Rick Lewis, great guys, putting on, and they invite the top 80 players, underclassmen in the state of North Carolina, of which I'm sure, no doubt, Harry Giles, who's in the building, will be there. Would have been there last year if not for an injury. Came back strong after that, but
I still think he was in the building.
Yeah, he was still in the building, just couldn't play. But he'll no doubt be there this year, and a lot of other big-name players will be there this year. So check that out on March 28th, NC Top 80 at PhenomHoopReport.com. We're back in action here for the fourth. 7:50 on the clock. And Tabor with the ball. And we've got a foul. And that's going to ultimately be a turnover.
Doesn't appear that anyone's in really bad foul trouble.
Yeah, there was a lot
really spread out.
There's a lot of fouls that have been called, but nobody seems to be in too bad a shape now here in the fourth. There's Hartle. Tries to go over the top and score by Zach Hartle.
And that's big. Reagan really needed that. They needed something to fall through.
And I want to let people know at home, like the way, from our vantage point, he never left the floor. He turned, he faked, waited for his defender to fly by, and then extended to hit that shot just calmly, and now he's going to the line.
Like I said earlier, his post moves are ridiculous. He's tremendous in the post. Yeah, he can shoot from the perimeter, but his #1 game is down low.
I talked to Zach earlier. It's he's a senior. I've been watching him for the past 4 years. Great young man. Always calm, always pleasant. No doubt will make some college coach happy with his effort.
And that's one thing you can't coach his effort. He has tremendous effort and hard work.
Zach able to give the Reagan team some of their first points in quite a while, and that cuts the lead to 5-4 actually, 42-38 with 7:08 left on the clock. Now here's Razak going against Bailey, calling out instructions, drives to his left and to his right, and gives the ball up to Charles Terry. Tabor's done a really good job in this entire game trying to fall back into a motion offense, making Reagan really work. And, I want to point out, Chase, that this team running this offense so well is the youngest team in Mount Tabor history.
That is a shocker. But Muse knows how to coach his guys. He's been doing it for quite a while.
Yeah, has a state title under his belt and has made many, many deep runs into the playoffs.
Always a contender. Mount Tabor is nearly always a contender. Even if they don't have the best record in the regular season, somehow they come alive in postseason play.
So 6:32, the clock is stopped. And McCorkle at the line. Jay McCorkle, the junior. A chance to extend that Tabor lead. Used all the rim but wasn't able to fall. Now here's Grant Bailey going the other way. Bailey turns, spins, gives it up to Hartle. Huge shot by Zach Hartle. And he turns and salutes the Reagan faithful. And that cuts the lead to 1. It's been the Zach Hartle show so far in the fourth.
He's got 6 points and big time 6 points.
Just like that, he almost erases the Tabor lead by himself. And now Reagan is really jumping on defense. And that's going to cause a timeout to be called by Andy Muse. He wants to get his team back under control here. He's asking for something from the referees. He wants the ball out on the side. Seemed like he would have gotten it out on the side. I'm not sure why.
He may have been calling timeout when the play was over on the side, but the referee acknowledged the call once the ball was passed over here towards Tabor's bench's side.
So let me reset this for everybody. If you just tuned in, it's 42-41, 6:04 left here in the fourth. You're watching Mount Tabor take on Reagan High School here at Mount Tabor live on Netcast Sports. I am Marcus Shockley alongside Chase Vaden. We appreciate everyone joining us tonight for what has been exactly what we had hoped. And full house, full student sections. Nobody is sitting in the student sections.
No one's been sitting all game.
This is a big gym too, to the rafters, so to speak. Razak looking to inbound under the basket. Here's Razak working against Bailey. Gives it over to Jay McCorkle. McCorkle drives on Hartle. Up under the basket. No good, but he's going to draw the foul. So McCorkle's been at the line quite a few times tonight, and he's got another chance here. His team up by 1 with 5:48 left to go. And that one rattles in, but he did not look confident when it left his hands. he willed that one in.
Another big-time free throw coming up.
Yeah, every one. We talked about these all game, Chase, and now they're getting just bigger and bigger. And that one, a miss. So 1 of 2 there from the line, but his team's still up by 2. Now here's Bailey. Over to McClooney. Oh, wild over-the-top shot pass there by Jacob Hartle. He's looking for his cousin Zach, and here's Boko. Finds a soft spot in the defense, up and good. He even took a little knock to the face there. And
Great
the junior, 5'7", Olufemi Boko with a nice shot, and that puts his team back up by 4. 5:15 left now. Here's Hartle. He's been the Zach Hartle show there, but that's going to be a turnover. Looked like he was trying to feed it in there to Cooper LaRue. So 5 minutes left to play now. Boko now running the point, working against McClooney. Drive by Razak, up, splits 2 defenders. Ball goes all the way in, all the way out, and that's going to be out on Mount Tabor just by sheer luck, I think. Charles Terry not able to corral that. It sort of bounced off his shoulder.
He had his foot out of bounds as well.
Yeah,
so
that's just unfortunate for him, but good fortune for Reagan.
Jacob Hartle struggling to finish down low.
He had a strong first half, but he's kind of struggling here. So let's see what he can do. Reagan still down by 4. Boko. Battle, and there's going to be a foul on the floor, and I believe we're going the other way. So a good defensive stop there by Reagan.
I think call that foul on number 30, Canty. That's his 4th foul. So like we were saying, no one seemed to be in foul trouble. Well, Canty is in some foul trouble now.
And now they're in the bonus, so it's a shooting foul, even though it was at this end.
And again, I'll reiterate, Jacob Hartle, a national champion. Yes, he was in middle school, but he is a national champion free throw shooter. No pressure.
Well, I like Jacob's toughness, and that shot no good for him. But he's just been struggling on his shot here after looking so good in the first half. So still a lot of time left, though. 4:11 left here in the 4th. They're only down by 4. Undefeated in the conference coming in, but of course Mount Tabor 7-3 in conference and on their home floor. Boko driving or working, and they're going to call him for a palming the ball, a carry. And he seems stunned. I couldn't quite make it out.
That's a rare call.
That is a rare call. I won't say was it good or bad. I couldn't quite see it from our angle. So.
Either way, the ball lands in Reagan's hands.
It's good fortune for Reagan, and they've got a chance here. They've got to get some points going. Here's Hartle, too strong over the top, but he battles, gets his own rebound. Now to Bailey. Bailey back to Hartle. He can hit that 3, but that's also, again, too strong. A little bit of desperation, I think, here for Reagan the last couple of possessions. 3:32 left to go. There's Razak. Been rock solid for the most part at the point now. Now over to Boko. And he's working against McClooney. Oh, a little fake there by Boko. Gives it up to McCorkle. Boko once again. Little best Curly Neal impression. And as the Reagan defense gambles, they end up overcommitting, and that leaves McCorkle open for the shot, and that three-pointer increases the lead to 7 with 2:56, and we've got a timeout on the floor for Reagan here in the 4th. And the Tabor faithful is extremely happy, and Reagan's looking for some answers right now.
I don't want to say the word crucial. I watched the ESPN segment yesterday on Dean Smith. Crucial is life and death. Basketball is not crucial. If you haven't seen anything on Dean Smith, everyone knows the story, the sad passing of Dean Smith, but watch some of the Sports Center. If you can hear me over the student sections, you guys need to go check that out, all the stories of Dean Smith.
Yeah, we have the student section right on top of us, and they're really into it. It's fantastic. I love this atmosphere. I mean, it's just pushing and shoving among fans, and happiness and just getting excited about what's about to happen in the next 3 minutes. So.
It's the first time we've had something with energy to feed off of. Our long days over at Prolific Park doing AAU basketball.
We've got a good one. There's LaRue. A lot of shooters on this Reagan team. You're never really out of it when it's this close. Down by 7. Off the foot of Hartle, though. Now McCorkle going the other way. Probably should pull that ball out, and now he does. Thought better of it after getting in the traffic. There's going to be a foul on the outside. It looked like, not sure if it was on purpose, but it didn't look like he was, normally Hartle doesn't foul like that, so I think he was maybe trying to stop it, trying to get the clock, some extra clock time, put him on the line. Boko now on the line. Olufemi Boko, the 5'7" junior point guard, number 10, on the line. 2:26 left to play. Shot is good.
Coach Muse telling his team, you got to be tough. It's time to toughen up down here down the stretch. 2:26 left.
And he's right. That's a hallmark of Coach Muse's teams. Both these teams are known for their toughness, and I don't think anybody's going to wither here going down. But now down by 9, Reagan's really got to come up with some answers. 2:19. Huge shot by Justin McClooney, and they needed that. Like water in the desert. They needed that.
Big 3 right there, cutting the lead to 6. 2:15 left in the game. And we're just going to have to wait and see how this thing plays out. And once again, once we get the student section on camera, they just want to be quiet. But
so we're hearing right now from the Tabor section over there with the cheerleaders goading them on and leading the cheers. And now here's the Reagan guys' chance to respond.
And once again, go ahead.
Just a little taste of what's going on in this gym right now. But I like this. I like that we have 2 engaged student sections that are really here. It's not just one student section taunting the other team. These schools aren't that far apart. I mean, these guys all live near each other. There's a tough call there for Reagan. Down by 6, and a couple of the Reagan guys hanging their heads a little bit. It's going to send Naeem Razak back to the line. The 5'10" senior. It is senior night here for the Tabor Spartans, and I know they want to win here. Razak, one of those seniors. He's had a long, solid career here at Mount Tabor. (51-44) now. 2:09 left to play. Razak up again. Shot is up. No good. Rebound by Zach Hartle. Gets it up to Grant Bailey, number 24. Bailey bringing it up. He's working against Razak. Looking for the over the top. Shoots. No good. And now Boko ends up with it. He's caught in between 4 defenders. Razak finds himself out and throws the ball up, and I don't know if they're going to give him a shot.
They're not going to give him the shot, but they are in the double bonus.
Yep. So he's getting a shot one way or the other. Time really a factor now. 1:50 left to play.
And now Zach Hartle's got to be aware of how many fouls he has. He has 4, according to the scoreboard here in the gym. One more.
You know, it's not desperation time for Reagan just yet, but they've got those 3-point shooters, and they haven't been clicking here in the second half. They've got to hope that these guys start finding their range in a hurry. Now here's Bailey trying to draw out the clock as long as he can. Get those extra seconds.
A little too close for comfort for me.
Yeah, it looked like Rozak was right there on top of it. I guess he just thought the better part of it. Deep, huge shot there by Jacob Hartle, and he starts talking a little bit.
He wanted that one. He wanted that one.
Deep shot, several feet behind the line. They needed that one. The 3-point shooting, keeping them in it.
That is a senior wanting to ruin another senior's not here.
53-47, a minute 37 left. If they can keep shooting like that, this game is far from over. I want to thank everyone for joining us. And remember, you can follow Netcast Sports on Twitter at Netcast Sports. I am Marcus Shockley. If you want to follow me on Twitter, is M_Shockley.
And if you want to follow me, I don't get on there that much, but when I do, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's prolific.
Amazing
it's
tweets.
Brilliant.
It takes me a couple months to think of a good one, but if you want to, I think my name is C_Vaden11. So
somewhere,
take a chance.
Somewhere, somebody. We've got the U.S. soccer chant being rolled out by the Reagan guys, and boos, a smattering of boos from the Tabor folks, Tabor faithful. So here we are back in action. And right away, a turnover for Reagan. They came out of the timeout.
And just like that, both the Hartle cousins are back off the bench into the game.
It looked like about 2 seconds went off the clock, 1:35. 4 seconds, you think?
Hopefully 5, because they called a 5-second call.
Well, I know that the clock was running. I'm not sure. It was at 1:37. Somehow 2 seconds disappeared off the clock, but for a 5-second call, there should have been none.
And I think the referee has just realized what we're talking about. They're heading over to the scorer's table to discuss.
Yeah, and referees get a lot of grief, but I have to say, this is a tough rivalry game, a lot of chippiness in this game, a lot of emotions. They've actually done a really good job trying to keep this thing flowing, even with all the foul shots. Battle for the rebound. And there's a foul on the floor, and who's it going to go on?
If it's on Zach Hartle, he's gone.
I believe it's going to be.
I believe it's going to be on Zach.
I think it's going to be on Zach.
Yep.
That's a tough call on Zach. Really tough.
Those are the calls that I hate. I hate those calls. Everyone's diving for the ball, scrapping for it.
And we will not see Zach Hartle again until the playoffs. With a minute 29 left, and he's waiting to check out, but he's upset with that call, and that's going to be a big loss for Reagan here at the end. And it looks like number 34, Cameron Oliver, is going to come in to replace Zach, while Olufemi Boko, number 10 for Tabor, is at the line. Boko's hit some big shots here, and another one drops for Boko. He's also shown great poise in this second half. Very quick, sure-handed. He's really helped Rozak in that backcourt. Rozak's really trying to pump up his teammates. Right now, showing that senior leadership. Boko's second shot is good. Nothing but ice water in the veins of Boko. Now here's Bailey. He picks it up. Reagan's probably going to look for the quickest shot they can get here. McClooney up to LaRue. Back to Hartle. Oh, a terrible turn of events there for Hartle. All the way down, and he's got a foul. And now the Tabor faithful is really giving Hartle a hard time.
That shot was all but through. And now Jacob is fouled out as well.
Yeah, so two of their big weapons on Reagan are out with a minute 10 left to go. Down by 8. And Boko back at the line, and he's been really solid here in this half from the line. He's been here a lot. He uses all the rim and the backboard to get that one.
I've been waiting to say this all night. As cool as the other side of the pillow from the free throw line.
Shout out to Stuart Scott of local R.J. Reynolds High School here in Winston-Salem.
Actually went to Mount Tabor as well. Graduated from R.J. Reynolds down the road, but still went to Mount Tabor early on in his high school career.
There's Bailey. There's a foul out on the floor, but we've been in a bonus for a while. Ten-point lead with a minute 3. If Reagan, and not to be pessimistic about Reagan's chances, but they really need these free throws. They need to come away with something here with the clock stop.
Definitely.
Tabor's just got to hold on. They want to shorten this game. Reagan wants to lengthen it out as much as they can. And first shot is good from Bailey. That's the first front end of the 1-and-1.
My suggestion to Reagan's team right now as far as fouling, do not foul number 10, Boko. I don't know when the last time he missed, if he has missed tonight.
I don't know that, it's tough. Boko and Razak are your primary ball handlers. Razak is the inbound. He's inbounding the ball here, so they're going to try to get it to Boko, and they do. So right away they foul Boko. 2 seconds off the clock, 1:01. And Boko doesn't walk, he runs to the free throw line on the other end.
There's still plenty of time, down 8.
Boko keeps that streak going. Olufemi Boko, those free throw shots have been huge here in the second half. He's just been money from the line.
I'm curious to how many points he has just from the free throw line tonight.
It's so important for players that can hit those free throws, especially down the stretch. And he just keeps on like a machine. 10-point lead, 1 minute left to go here. Some fans starting to stream out a little bit. Everybody else is staying. 51 seconds left. Battle under the basket, and there's a foul, and that's going to put McCorkle on the line. So now we got instead of Boko, we've got McCorkle, one of the better three-point shooters. So let's see. We've seen him at the line a few times here tonight. And McCorkle's shot rolls out. 48.8 seconds left on the clock. And Tabor's got to feel good about where they are right now. Second shot from McCorkle coming up. And that shot is good, and he just watches it. Good job there by Tabor to pick up the ball handler in the backcourt. Deep shot, no good. Rebound now by Boko, and Reagan's just gonna fall back now with 36 seconds left. Not a lot of time now, down by 11. 30 seconds. As I said, no shot clock at North Carolina High School. So unless there's a foul, that's probably going to do it. Spin move by Boko. And a foul on the outside. And that's going to send Boko back to the line. So with 13 seconds left, we're about to wrap this one up. Boko, once again, a consistent image here on the line.
Reese Overby, the
And
player that
he
got
amazingly misses one. It's hard to point that out now that it's hit so many, but
the pressure is off.
the pressure's off. He only hits them when
now.
when it's important.
Like we said.
10 seconds left. I think that's going to do it. Thank you to everyone who's watching tonight. And that is going to do it. 60-49 in favor of Tabor. They get a huge win on senior night on their home floor against the rival Reagan. Reagan gets their first conference loss of the season. Both teams headed to the playoffs. I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. For Netcast Sports, netcastsports.com, I am Marcus Shockley alongside Chase Vaden, and we appreciate everyone joining us. Be sure to tune in on the 24th for the prep game and the 22nd of March for Triad All-Star. And once again, thanks to everyone for joining us, and have a good night.